Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go through an article that gives some information on some major changes that are happening in the Airbnb market in Jamaica. Now, as you know, tourism is doing extremely well in Jamaica. You have the traditional hotels, and then you have a massive Airbnb market in Jamaica. Last year, it was estimated that 800,000 people stayed at Airbnbs in Jamaica, generating $32 billion for the economy. So this is a major industry in Jamaica. So the Jamaica Tourist Board wants to implement some changes. So a new bill that proposes all short-term rental properties be registered with the Jamaica Tourist Board, and the larger properties, those that with 10 or more rooms, must be licensed. So this is a major change, and it also brings up a lot of questions that have been around about the Airbnb market in terms of taxes and revenues. So we're going to go through an article that gives more information on this. Now, what we're looking at is oh my gosh, SOL Harbor. SOL Harbor in Ocho Rios. This is a massive development taking place, and it's totally sold out. Now, one of the reasons why these developments, especially on the North Coast, are selling out so quickly is because they are used for Airbnb rentals. Now, some developments state that you're not allowed to do Airbnb rentals, but people still do them because there is little, if any, regulation. So the Airbnb market is doing very well, and a lot of developments are being built for Airbnb purposes. Now, one of the reasons why Draxall, the fastest growing area in Jamaica, does so well is because a lot of the units are used for Airbnb rentals. And actually, Ocho Rios, they haven't built a new hotel in Ocho Rios in a while. It's this kind of development, residential units that are used for Airbnb. Draxall doesn't have a hotel. These units used for Airbnb. This massive development that Czech is doing in Miami Bay, the Roaring River Miami Bay development, thousands of homes, Airbnb. So we're going to go through an article that gives more information on the changes that are proposed. In 2025, the Jamaican government introduced a new legislative framework aimed at regulating the fast-growing short-term rental sector, including platforms like Airbnb. The initiative under the proposed Jamaica Tourist Board bill represents a significant shift in how Jamaica manages non-traditional accommodations and reflects growing concerns about fairness, safety, and sustainability in the tourism industry. Over the last decade, short-term rentals in Jamaica have expanded rapidly, especially in urban centers like Kingston and tourism hotspots such as Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, and Treasure Beach. These platforms have provided Jamaicans with a means to earn supplemental income, host overseas guests, and participate in a tourism economy without owning or operating a hotel. However, the risk of STRs has also sparked debates about regulation, taxation, and safety. The new bill proposes that all short-term rental properties be registered with the Jamaica Tourist Board, and that larger properties, particularly those with 10 or more rooms, must be licensed. Smaller, owner-occupied units with fewer than 10 rooms, commonly known as homestays, will only require registration. Properties in apartments governed by strata laws that already prohibit short-term rentals will also be exempt from full licensing but must register. A central feature of the legislation is the imposition of fines and penalties for non-compliance. Unregistered operators can face fines up to 1 million Jamaican dollars and or 12 months in prison, while larger unlicensed properties could face fines up to Jamaican $2 million. The government argues that these measures are necessary to bring STRs in line with established hotel operators who already comply with licensing, tax, and safety regulations. Supporters of the bill include tourism officials and the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, argue that a new framework will level the playing field. They claim that unregulated STRs have occupied as much as 30% of the local accommodation market in some areas, operating without the safety, oversight, insurance, and regulatory costs that hotels must bear. By mandating registration and licensing, they believe Jamaica can better protect visitors, ensure fair business practices, and create a formal database for accommodations for marketing and tourism planning. However, critics, including many Airbnb hosts and opposition leaders, have strongly opposed parts of the bill. They argue that the penalties are excessive, particularly for individuals and families using STRs as a form of survival or supplemental income. Many Jamaican STR hosts are retirees, single parents, or working class citizens who rely on a few rooms to make ends meet. There are also concerns that the law will favor large commercial operators and squeeze out grassroots, community-based hosts who cannot afford complex licensing processes or legal advice. That's the end of the update article. So guys, let us know what you think. This bill sounds like some serious stuff. I mean, you don't want anything to slow down all the development that's happening in Jamaica, but you also need a level playing field between the Airbnbs and the hotels, because both industries are contributing to Jamaica. So guys, let us know what you think. Leave your comments in the section below. Alright guys, have a good day.